Hi students, welcome back. We're still continuing chapter 5 and the molecular compounds, how do you name and how do you write it? So hydrogen chloride, hydrogen iodide. So let's go back to and then always we use the prefixes. Like if it is a 1, you write mono, 2 di, tri, it goes like that. And some examples, CO, carbon monoxide, CO2, carbon dioxide, SO2, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen dioxide, N2O5 dinitrogen, um, pentoxide. So it's not pentaoxide, we write dinitrogen pentoxide. So name the following binary molecular compounds: nitrogen, trifluoride, dinitrogen, tetroxide. Sulfur tetrafluoride, sulfur tetra is 4SF4, tetraphosphorus P4 deca10 S10, P4 S10. And then the names of the molecular compound hydrogen do not usually contain a systematic, but you don't want to, this is like very common. We don't call dihydrogen oxide, we call water. Phosphine, we don't call nitrogen trihydride, we call ammonia. So dihydrogen, no, we call hydrogen sulfide. So these are some common names we call them, but they follow the nomenclature, but commonly we don't call them we call this water. Okay. So mainly the compound contain hydrogen, we call them an acids. And there's a H, it's what we call HCl, hydrogen chloride, in other words, hydrochloric acid. So these are some acids, so basically the name hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic, hydroiodic, like that. Now, we are again coming to the ionic compound. So molecular compound, covalent compound, naming is easy. How easy it is, like you need to know the prefix. How many type of ions, trihyd, NH, SO2, sulfur dioxide, like that. But now we are coming again to the ionic compounds. We talk about nomenclature of acids. So HCl, hydrochloric acid. So when there's H, that means it's an acid. So you name it as hydrofluoric acid. These acids only contain hydrogen and the other compound. We call these acids binary acids because it's just two compounds. I'm telling you because there is another type of acids with oxygen. That's little different. Now, we are coming to another section. This is the last section, which is the polyatomic ions. Polyatomic ions, I'm pretty sure you heard about nitrites, carbonates. What are those? Those are polyatomic ions. Polyatomic. Poly means more. This ion contain more than one atom, but they work as together. If I write what is carbonate, CO3 2 minus. So this is carbonate. This carbonate, it's function same as O2 minus. Example, if I had to write sodium carbonate, I write sodium, take carbonate, CO3, the 2 goes to sodium. Think about I have to write aluminum carbonate. To the next one. So I go to so now I'm writing aluminum carbonate. AlCO3. You know aluminum charge is 3, carbonate charge is 2. Put the 2 here. Aluminum 3, you put the parenthesis because that 3 belongs to all whole compound, 3 outside. This is how you write aluminum carbonate. And this compound, they've written the calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate is PO4. I don't want you to it's better if you know what is the formula of carbonate, but you can get a polyatomic compound chart. Phosphate, so calcium 2, you put the parenthesis, you put 2, phosphate Ca3, PO4. So that's how you write it. Can we go to the next one? Okay. And then, so this is the polyatomic chart. See, you have the carbonates, and then we have more. It's very common ones. See the phosphate, nitrate. Nitrate is 1, charge is a -1. So if you have to write aluminum nitrate, you write so aluminum nitrate NO3, because nitrate it's NO3 minus, its function as a chloride bromide. So the nitrate, it's 1, so you don't have to nothing put onto the aluminum, but aluminum is 3, you put like that. So this aluminum nitrate. Okay, and then I have some work examples. Name the compounds. Let's see, how do you name the compounds? Following compounds: FeSO3. So now it's Fe. When Fe come to the picture, oh, that is not it's something that cation that form more than one type of ions. How do I know the charge of the ion from the other compound? So the charge of that particular ion goes here. So ion 3 sulfate. So I write it. You write it is S ion 3 sulfate aluminum hydroxide, and then this is hydroxide OH, and then this is HgO, it is mercury 1 oxide. I know oxygen, it's not a polyatomic ion, but it's just giving here. Okay. So these are the polyatomic ions. So there are many polyatomic ions. So there are certain elements. So the two elements combine and form, there are more than one polyatomic ions, that we call it series of polyatomic ions. This is one. So there's let's look at first nitrate and nitrite. Because it's very familiar for you. We go to the grocery store. You always, when you buy the meat, no nitrate added, no nitrites added. So this nitrite is this NO2 minus, but nitrate is NO3 minus. So this is nitrate and nitrite. NO2 minus nitrite, always higher the number of oxygen, it's N with 8. Less number of oxygen, because you see this is 2, this is 3. So phosphite, phosphate, sulfite, sulfate. But here this is a different scenario. 4. Then actually these are the two ways: chloride, chlorate. If you have more than that, we call perchlorate. If you have less than this, we call hypochlorite. So that's how you name it. And now I am moving to I told you, right, when we talk about the binary acids like HCl, HBr, HI, there are other type of acid, that is oxy acids. So, naming of oxyacid. What is oxyacid? Oxyacid also contain hydrogen, and also oxyacids have oxygen in it. So, example, a very common acid, I'm taking HNO3. So, this is the nitric acid. Look at the anion. What is the anion? So the nitric acid formed from H plus NO3 minus. So this nitric acid, this is nitrate. nitrate, when it form acid, you'd remove the 8. Sorry, oh, what happened? So you remove the 8 and add ic. So it's going to be nitric acid. It's going to be nitric acid. So HNO3 nitrate. Remove 8 and you put nitric acid. And then you look at the HNO2. This is a nitrite. Remove ite, it's become ite. If it is ite, you end up with os. Or, so it's going to be nitrous. OUS. Nitrous acid. So that is the nitric and nitrous. If you see this one, you mainly, for the naming of oxyacid, you name by the anion. So it's chlorate is the anion, because it's 8, the anion ends with 8, acid is chloric. Anion ends with 8, it's chlorous, so it's perchloric acid, hypochlorous acid. So it goes like that. And then, so you can write this is phosphate, phosphoric acid. It goes like that. So the name of the following compound, it's so the BRO4 has more than one, so it's BRO3 is bromate, this is perbromate, bicarbonate, carbonic acid.